Do any of you feel right now that you're at a crossroads of your own life? Let's talk about that. Let's see how we know when we're at that stage. It feels like we're about ready to go into something entirely different. Hey, it's Paul. How are you doing this morning? I hope all is well with you. And we're about ready to leave October into the lovely fall month of November, which is a precursor to our increased eating months. I guess, as you know, that starts at Halloween, I suppose, and then it goes on through the November holiday, which is Thanksgiving. Of course, you in Canada already had it in October, so you put a few more kilograms on your body than we have yet, but we'll catch up with our lovely concoctions. I especially love that marshmallow festooned sweet potato. Oh my goodness, what a concoction that is. Anyway, so yeah, and then comes, you just don't stop eating in December, do you? And that goes to, we'll carry that through to February, into the crescendo of Valentine's Day and Super Bowl weekend and all that good stuff. And I guess that just parlays you as a big fat blob all the way into Easter, either in March or April, and you've done nothing but eat. But yeah, that's the that's the time of the year that people start to look a little off. Nutrisystem does a hell of a business in April, May, and June to get people looking back like, so you can put your bikini on or put your Speedo on. The hell with that. I'm just going lighter in the caloric intake. Those foods are I just can't do them anymore. They're just too heavy. So, but no, we talk about time, critical times, borders in your life, or cycles that might be 7 to 10 years of each one, and you go into these phases of living. So everybody goes through them, but they start to become more significant as you not have a relationship. Now you met someone, you start to have a good relationship. The first few years are always interesting because you know that you don't have the same life experiences, so your brain is telling you, I don't think that I think exactly as Ken or Mark or Rick or Mary or Sue, whoever that I'm now in a relationship with my life partner. And yes, we probably start now getting married, where when I was with Brad, we didn't get married till our 20th year, which is very symbolic, but theoretically we could have just, now we would say, well, if you're not married, are you in an open relationship? No, well, we weren't. It just didn't. There wasn't that choice. But yeah, if you've been in your job for 10 to 20 years in that range, by the time you get to the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th year, you're starting to think of retirement, which means you have to address some issues that you haven't addressed in years, which is what am I going to do with more assumed leisure time? And there's going to be that, I hope, certainly. And I know that there's also a segment of us, because of the way things are set up economically now, that you have to continue working to get your full Social Security, which doesn't, at 35, folks, doesn't that even sound ancient? Social Security, wow, it is. Well, you know what? I tell you, I've been getting it now for. I took it early, so I had some good jobs, so I'm getting about $2,000 a month, and I like these checks coming in. They're very comfortable. So with my J&J Johnson Johnson pension, which I also took early, I figured, what the hell, I might as well. So that I have $2,300 that I get right off the top, and then I do my consulting with the gardening, landscaping, palm tree maintenance, that kind of thing, is diagnosing his health. diagnosing what's wrong with it, if there's something wrong with it, or if it has to be removed if it's bad. So kind of like a dentist with palm trees, and that's indefinite times of labor. I just never know when I'm going to be on call for that. So it's a nice little thing. Oh, and I still have 3 more years of the salary that comes from the 10-year structured settlement that I got when that moron from NC, North Carolina, got off the freeway and was going to make a delivery at Walmart. I was parked at that traffic light that has the Walmart that you turn in to get there. And he must have been fiddling with his radio or fiddling with something. I don't want to go there. But anyway, he hit me. I was third in line in the middle lane. I had nowhere to go. And he hit me at 50 miles an hour, and he put my lights out. And he put my heart out. He put my brain waves out. I was dead for 3 times on the way to the hospital, and they pulled me out of it. Boy, you didn't get any videos from me in 2012, 13, 14, 15 because my speech wasn't very well connected. And I would be slurring, and I would drop stuff. It was a mess. So, the insurance company will give you something to get rid of you so it doesn't have to go to court. And they did, but of course it's contingency, so the lawyer takes around 40%. They had a mediator, so it came to, I get 60%, they get 40%. He gets 40% for doing nothing, I get 60% for being decimated, and I had to use that for surgery on my spine. I had 7 discs replaced with titanium and silicone, and that got me through. That surgery was in 2012, and I never felt the same afterwards. So I knew I was in another stage of living, and I know that that's probably what you get into things either like that with your health, with a relationship that changes for whatever reason. Maybe your partner doesn't love you anymore. Maybe he did love you, but he had to leave. I mean, literally had to leave. It wasn't his time to live longer than you. And then you're confronted with that. That's very difficult. It's very different going into that kind of a life stage difference when you're, say, 43, 45, 48, 52. The dating seems very different, and people have lifestyle needs that they didn't have when they were dating back in the 20s, because you were more fluid then. You didn't have that many routines. So that's I'm wondering how you deal with that. And then of course the lifestyle that I have now was instituted by phasing the working part of the day down. I mean, that's fundamental to everything that we do, is to work. And you're going to find that you have another 30 to 60 hours a week when you're going to be doing things for your edification as opposed to for other people's efficiency, and consequently for your check that you get every week, 2 or year, monthly. So yeah, you're going to find that is very different. But it's interesting that when you go through these, it's scary because you don't really want to see what it leads to, so you make little baby steps to try to get yourself a little bit more security, and it mostly works, but it gets scary. Everything in life is scary. You don't have a world that doesn't change either all around you while you're going through this, so your basis of support in your society is not helping you very much, it's sort of scary too. But I think we kind of did it right. I mean, I was forced to make the change because of my bad back, and what I did with my bad back was the kind of work that would make it ridiculous to continue on with it, which after surgery I did, and it made it worse. So much so that I'm probably due for another back surgery. I've got a lot of scar tissue around the vertebrae, and I'm getting a lot more pain impulses. But that, if I keep that to a minimum, if I just do 1 or 2 jobs a week, probably that's what it's going to end up being. Then I can still do it, and I need 4 or 5 days to recuperate. So we'll see how that goes. Brad didn't like what he was doing, and he's exhausted. I mean, it's very, very taxing doing real estate transactions. He technically does the title insurance. He's an agency, and they bring the buyer and seller together, trying to get some common ground. First of all, they have to see if the house has any liens on them, which they do more often than not because it's a condo kind of thing. People don't pay their dues to date, or they don't pay for an assessment that the whole condo community was charged. They don't see the need to do it, so they don't. There's all kinds of complicating circumstances. So that's kind of what I just questioned. How does one deal with it? And I think what my answer to that is, guys, you deal with it by not panicking. You deal with it because it's going to happen anyway. And if you don't do it with a sense of what do I got to lose, that kind of thing, then you're okay. I know that there's an inner strength in all of us that allows us to go on and to seek adventure within reason as it is about to unfold. Well, every stage that comes next in our life is an adventure. And it's kind of fun because nothing's static. And I want you to be able to just take a deep breath, step back a few steps, say, this is what I'm going to now, but I've got a lot of confidence and hope that what's coming up is going to be very pleasant for me. And just go ahead and try it. So that's my words for you. And as I always used to say, and I'm going to start to say it again, remember, you are the best friend that you'll ever have. So love yourself, take care of yourself, be aware that you hold the key to your happiness. Those around you will support your changes and moves that are foisted upon all of us or let into our lives, but always know that it's going to be okay. We're not going to be intact in this state, if we're lucky, for more than 110 years, but I don't think I'm going to be that lucky, nor do I want to be. But I sure want to still be content. I sure still want to feel like my usefulness, my enjoyment on the living experience will always be special. And there is no one like you out there, so your viewpoint is just that much different, just a skosh different than anyone else's, which is a wonderful thing to know. So no one sees the falling leaves, the beautiful forest of yellows and reds and oranges that they drive through perhaps this time of year. No one sees it the same. No one sees a sunny day at the beach the same. Some say it's just too damn hot. Other people are reinvigorated when they go out there and feel the salt spray on them, and they like the warmth, lying down on a blanket to see just how it feels. And just think they got that first dip into the water, which might be a little chilly, or if you're in South Florida, of course, feels like it's a bathtub. But it's all fun. It's all good. Some less fun than not. I was kind of cranky after the truck hit me, and I couldn't do the things that I did before, but it made me step back. It made me feel like I had to behave, to give me a chance to say, wow, first of all, I shouldn't be here now, and here I'm going through something that I was looking all around me in the physical therapy arena and speech therapy arena. People were having trouble finding the way to say a word because the brain damage didn't cause their auditory sense to work very well. Therefore, their oratory sense didn't work very well, or more memory went. And boy, was I frustrated about that. So at that time, I threw a lot of those people out that I never needed it to remember. And now I'm doing okay. And I can say a sentence all the way through without stuttering. That's the thing with me. It's weird that I'm doing as well. I'm taking that as a gift. So yes, remember, you're your best friend. You'll always be your best friend. And you gotta take care of yourself and love yourself as your best friend would. Because you're pretty special. No one here like you. My little jingle to say hello again. Here's my best to you. Are your skies all gray? I'll make them blue. Take my hand and come along. Hello, hello again. Hello, my friend. Hello again. Thank you for stopping by and visit me soon at our southern porch. Yes, you know the deal. Click the button that tells you to subscribe so you know when the new videos are gonna arrive. And like it, and share it, and care it, and we'll grow with you. We'll be together. We are a family of friends. We just happen to be spread out a little bit further around the world than we normally would be. We can't get into a local watering hole and all meet on a given Saturday night. Maybe someday we can, but I don't know whether it'll be Tokyo, Auckland, or Chicago. Personally, I kind of favor Zurich or Lake Luzerne or one of those places, but we'll see. Rome is not bad either. Remember, vote whoever you like. Show you who you care for. We need to know who does have a mandate. If there's enough people who want a given ideology to lead us along, well, be the one who shows that. Because if you don't vote, we don't know what the people really want, and then we let the media people just guide us into things that maybe they're way off base. Maybe we want exactly that kind of leadership. Yeah, maybe we don't want anybody to take care of our health care. Maybe we can do that on our own, or maybe we don't want to be babied with told what to do about wearing a mask in COVID. Although there's evidence to say it's a good thing, but maybe you just don't like being told. Period. So just vote. It's coming up real soon. A lot of you have voted as we have through the mail, and I feel comfortable doing it. I didn't think that I was going to be fraudulently canceled in my votes, but we did that about 3 weeks ago. Love you. Thank you for being here. There's no way that this show is without you. And please comment. Thank goodness, whatever I said for these last few minutes, somebody must have some opinion on it, and it's important. I got to know a few people this last week. Very, very nice people, and I found out that they follow the show, which I had never known before. But it's a wonderful feeling to know that's happening. So yeah, please give us that opportunity to interact. One way is not such a good way, not the best way. I like hearing from you, and I like knowing that you are giving your opinion on something, even if it's something as simple as a mustache. Thank you, Mike, for that. I don't know. We'll see. Might be okay. Bye-bye, my friends. Take care. I'll see you soon. I hope you have a great day. And come back to our southern front porch as often as you want, because there's plenty here to talk about. I'll say that's true. And gay, straight, bi, transsexual, lesbian, indifferent, whatever. All of the above, none of the above. You got a home here. As long as I'm doing the show, you do. Bye now.